Hey, 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 everybody. It's me. And today we're going to celebrate the equinox, the 20th of March, 2022. And we're also going to tune into what you are thinking. And I will be giving the responses here through my practice of drawing. Now, before I start, I just want to tell you, any of you who would like to try a free movement lesson, a lesson in movement, please write to me and I'll set it up for the week. We have groups on Thursdays and Fridays, and I think on Wednesdays too next week. And very gentle. If you write to me though, write to me your position, your location, and your time zone. This way I am able to set it up for you. Without further ado, I'll remind you about the movement lesson, the free movement lesson, and now we're going to start. Let me turn on the other camera. So there you go. All right, let's see what we have here. Let's see. There are those of you who have something partially that you received, but not the entire package or the entire payment or the entire gift that you were expecting. And of this package or partial receipt, I'm seeing that it's just not enough. And you're a little fearful that the rest won't be coming in. And however, there are those of you who think, well, if I get it at all, it will be just heaven sent. But in terms of the future, those of you who are expecting the rest of that, I do see it coming in, but I see it coming in pieces, not in one full swoop. It doesn't completely smack of money here. I don't see that it is only money, because it looks to me as if you are also expecting some clothing. People are expecting hand-me-downs. This is what it's coming out to, as if it were a hand-me-down, but something that a person is not wanting to part with, unfortunately. And there needs to be some coaxing. Okay, so some of you have the money, but coming in not in one full lump sum, and others are expecting a gift of some sorts. It's sort of vintage in nature. And what is interesting for me to see in this is the timing factor, because the timing seems to have not a straight line. It seems to have, like the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road, it's coming. So if you use your trust and your faith and all of your intentions, it will come to you. This is what the universe is telling you. Now, what is interesting also is that there is another stream here of thoughts that I'm picking up. And it is mainly from the water signs, because I'm seeing this as a water signs. That would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and what is the other water sign? What is it? No, that's it. I think that's it. And what I'm looking at, those water signs here, are not at all, just not at all interested in the money at all. Of course they are. And you know why they're not interested in the money? It's because it will not change their status now at all. If anything, it will change your status for those water signs out there. It will change your status in a future that goes beyond 5 years. in a future that goes beyond 5 years. And so this is something you are slowly building up to, and you're not expecting any windfall anyway. But where is your mind, water water signs? Where is your mind? I'm seeing it in the past. It's as if many of you are sort of stuck on a person or persons who come from the past, but who have not fully given you a relationship. There was very much heartache, very much heartache and trouble. And in many times during the relationship, if you could have called it a relationship, water signs, you thought, this person is extremely difficult. This person is so difficult that I'm wondering if at all it will be positive for me at all. Is it something that's bad for me? Is it something that comes and goes? Will it be something that returns? And in your mind, water signs, and just as clear as day, in your mind, you feel that that person is very much a part of your life. They are a part of your life. They're a part of your history. They're a part of what you call home. And they're also a part of what you call your universal family. Now, what is it about your family life that is sort of up in the air still? There's still something that's just not right. There seems to be a hole there. There seems to be a missing lick. I'm still with the water signs, and this is as it comes. And what I see, you water signs, are feeling that there's a cut in the relationship between a female energy in your life. This could be water signs that you no longer speak to your mother, female energy, I see this as a person who's older than you. You no longer communicate with them. Maybe they are still here, maybe they have passed, but you have grown up in a life that was able to make you become very independent, but it has this hole still. It has the hole in your heart that's giving you a less of an emotional strength and more of a gap to fill. And so it looks like relationships that you have had in your growing process, have always been a sort of rebellion towards this female figure. If it was your mom, you didn't want to communicate with her or something of this nature, but you felt that you could have that female energy, that female love with them as opposition or as complementary to this female older woman in your life. Now, going on, I have to say that in this period, it seems to me that the water signs are those who are more emotionally stressed, but it's not, not all of you are stressed. I don't see that as really being stressed. I see it as being emotionally involved in thinking. But also, I see you as always trying to give yourself an answer for something that was not clear to you in the future, something missing. Now, as we go down the line, and we're going down the road because I see a road traveling towards other people who are listening, and I'm seeing that there are people who are desirous of getting pregnant. I see the Empress here. I see the Mother. I see the Empress here and the desire to be pregnant. And I see this, and actually here the calling of when will it come? When will it come? And when will it come? Now, I have to safely say that those of you who are asking, the seed, let's say, the seed of those flowers that will be blooming will not be this year, but it will be by the spring, exactly a year, by the beginning of spring next year. Now, of course, among you, there are people, both men and women, who are wanting to have information of marriage and the idea of falling in love. But I'm getting a clear message here, a clear answer in terms of when. It looks like there are people shouting out, when. The interesting issue here is that before we get a when, we need to say, who is this person? Who is that person who will be coming? And then we can say, when. Is there a person? I have to I have to reason here in terms of percentages. I'm seeing that a good 75 to 80%, so it's 75 to 80% of those who are with these questions here will be crossing the road with their paths, crossing their paths with this mate. But when there is a wild card here, there's a wild card answer, and the answer is from 2 to 5 years. And that's very clear. The response here is extremely clear. And, I can hear also those same people starting to say, be, uh, how could that be? How could that be? And then why is it so late in time? Why is it that I have to suffer and not be able to love until then? And the response to this is that there is an open nature to your energy channels. And when they're not open, the full energy of an unconditional energy concerning love and unconditional sensing that you have. Because I'm seeing here there are just too many conditions in place in this 75 to 80, but even the others, I'm seeing it's important that they be of a certain social extract. It's important for them to be spiritual in nature. There are all of these conditions, and that is thwarting the coming of this person. But there are other messages here that I'm seeing in the form of runes. It is as if I'm getting here. There is a majority of men who ask this question, but there are a good 10% of women who are asking, and they are asking about their professional life. Of these people out there who are listening, they're in a position of wanting to change jobs, and they are in a position, in a financial position, where they are safely we can say that they have a safety net, but they're looking toward a future to make a qualitative jump. Of these, I'm seeing that here too, there are conditions. And whereas these conditions don't warrant unconditionality like love does, but here this creates a longer time span. And the longer time span will be broken even. And what I mean by this is all of you who are looking toward a change at a professional level or a job change in any case, I find that you will be finding many different options. There will be a plethora of options. But what happens is you don't want to leave one for another because you don't want to gamble. And so what we see is this situation. We see you having one foot here in one position, another foot in another position in mind only. And there is such stress, such unhappiness, and such terrible sensations of sadness here that condition the rest of your life. That is the life that concerns your heart, your mind. Those of you who meditate have trouble. Those of you who are working in the spirituality field or have just started dabbling, that is another class in and of itself. What I'm seeing here is that there is fear, and people who are working in the spiritual realm, professionally or non-professionally, doing all different kinds. And I'm seeing stones. I'm seeing those of you who are working with stones and energy. And that is, those are the people who seem to be falling. They have the tendency to fall in in an area of emotionality that is not conducive to improving their professional status. Now, we've dabbled here through work, but the work is coming in very, very strong. I see many women are really screaming, if I could say screaming. They're reaching out with their hands and saying, you know, when, I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And these are women, especially, I could say 98% of you who do not have any at all, any kind of professional or other type of work, even just a side hustle or a job that comes with doing something that you like, but not part-time even. I see that there are the majority of those people who are women who are definitely having this situation cause them such pain. Now, of course, everybody's thinking, well, what is this all about? It's pain, 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 pain. There are the younger members of the millennials. And when I say I'm couching the millennials to 25 and 35 years old. When I say the younger members, 25 to 30, I see this group as being more energetic and more ready to adapt even to a situation which involves a cutback in salary. And this makes of that group, that cohort, that age group, the winners of this energetic period, the equinox. Meditate on that. What happens then to the others here that are thinking, well, why can't I? Why can't I? There are different ways of finding a clear energetic pattern to a problem that seems very, very direct. There's a target there. You know where you want to go. And why I say there's an alternative way. One of the ways is to use your body and mind in one only means, not study and then work out. These would be two. But using your mind and body together, I'll give you an example. I see people here putting on their sneakers and running. These are runners, and runners use that time alone to think and of what they could do. This is one way of, and this is a very banal way. I was thinking more in terms of movement patterns that involve both thought and meditation. And here we have different kinds of movement patterns. Yoga is one of them, but that don't involve heavy repetitions and don't involve sweat necessarily. You're not pushing, feeling pain to get gain. This is not the case. This is for the large majority of you, that the thing that will get you out of that hole. All right, now you're thinking, well, wow, how could that be? I've tried it before. What am I going to do? I don't even have the energy to get out of bed. Well, there are ways that you can pick yourself up literally by your bootstraps and take yourself out the door. We all know that breathing is by far the most useful activity for all of your energetic difficulties and your emotional difficulties. When you have this underway, when you can control your breathing and calm yourself, this is the first step in getting out that door. There are also, going back to the millennials here, the second, the older cohort, the 30 years old to 35 years old, I find them not necessarily interested, as we talked about before, the having a child, having a baby, getting a home, getting married, getting the family, the home, the dog, everything. No. What I find them as, I see them as wanting to completely change their life. They want to completely change their life. And I don't mean just change your job. I see that they're wanting to leave everything they have done so far and move away as far as they can to completely change their life. They're the people today that I'm feeling are more interested in complete change. Well, obviously not everyone is willing to change. Not everyone is okay with change, but I'm seeing that everyone thinks, they absolutely think that life is change. Life is change. And if we don't change, the universe will change us. You've heard the expression, a tower situation, like the tarot card, the tower. That happens if you don't take decisions. The universe takes it for you. Here I have the suggestion. It's coming out so strong, and I'm seeing it as bougie candles. I'm seeing them as candles, and they're asking for faith and trust. Now, there are two different avenues here. The faith is required here. I'm giving it to you from my masters are telling you that faith is required for you to risk anything you have, anything you own, and anything that you are willing to give up in the immediacy. Trust, on the other hand, faith and trust. Trust here, my masters are suggesting for you to give that away, to give this away, and to take a leap of faith when you give your trust, put your trust into someone and something. Again, this could go back to work or an emotional situation, a romantic situation. What I also am hearing, here comes the fire. I'm seeing the fire. Fire is coming. The fire is coming. And the fire signs are Aries, Aries, Sagittarius, and what else? Leo. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. These fire signs are not the calmest of the group now. They are not the calmest, and they are on a sort of an energetic high. They're doing so many things, and what they are actually trying to do but not able to do, my messages come out like this for you fire signs, that drinking water will drown out that fire sensation. You need to drink water as much as you can. I don't mean liquids, not liquids, not alcohol. We need pure water that will help you be able to overcome this fiery nature and belligerent nature as well, this anger that you constantly feel and constantly communicate. Another message directed to the fire signs here is that you have something coming to you in this period from now, which is March 20th, until the end of April. So we have here, that is roughly 6 weeks, and you will be receiving something that you don't expect. It is going to be somewhat of a surprise for you. It is going to be a huge surprise in the nature of, I'll throw it out there, a let's say, an earnings, you win you a lottery ticket that you have not the first ticket, but the second winning or something like that. But something unexpected is coming to you. And what is interesting here, it also has to do with social media, and it has to do with how people find you through the social messages, through the social, I was Vine, I can't remember the expression, through the social talk, social telephone, everybody's talking about it, and you come up and you get offered a number of things. You get offered to sell something. Someone comes to you and they say, "Oh, you'd be perfect to sell something for me because I know your energy. I see your energy. I see your drive, and I see your almost your aggressiveness that can be channeled into productivity." But I have also, as a gift here, coming to the air, the water, the fire signs, the notion that it's not the only thing that is coming your way. You get that clearly. It comes up now in the following 6 months, fire signs, but you know that in the fall, I'm seeing the number 9, that's September and October, November, so that's 9, 10, and 11. In those months is when something hot is coming. It's something very, very important. Not that it's going to change your life, but it will ring home because it's going to give you the rewards for something that you've been working on for a long time. This could be anything. Now I feel like I'm burning. My hands are burning with all of that fire. I'm the fire sign, but let's leave it go. Let it go. Now, there is a car. Someone is interesting. There are people out there interested in changing. I'm getting the change of a car. And the questions that are coming out is, should I lease it? Should I purchase it? Should I get a new car? Should I get a used car? And here, only if you have a business would the leasing option, this is what my masters are saying to me, and also get a used car that could have been a company car and has very little mileage. This is the answer, but also there are the questions from those wanting to change their car, that it is it is not viable now, okay? It is not viable now to change and upgrade tremendously. Do not upgrade tremendously, but just get another car in your class that seems to be a slight upgrade for you, because your automobile is to be changed in the not so different distant future. I'm looking at 5 years. You will be doing that again. I have here people who want to go travel to a spiritually powerful area. And I'm looking at a map, and there, you know, there are many people are asking, many people not from India, who are non-Indians, thinking that they want to go to India for spiritual purposes, to be able to have or receive some form of enlightenment. And the notion, the difficulty, I'm going to call it a difficulty here, for these people is that they have to take a major decision, because they are not in a position of getting enough vacation days to take an entire month. And that's the minimum that they want to do. Now, this idea, these issues are coming up now. It's coming up now. The desire is coming up now. And this equinox is an excellent portal for you to make those, and fast, very, very quickly, those decisions. Take those decisions. Buy those tickets to go. But there's a proviso here, not only because of the vacation days that you're not allotted, but in quite a number of cases, your bosses are telling you, if you go, do not come back. You will lose your job because you have taken too many vacations, because they understand that you're invested in moving or changing, taking this opportunity to change your type of activity, the type of activity that you do. And so that is going to be, it looks like you have to do it very swiftly and do it now, okay? Now, I see planning, but not much planning long term. I see most of you who are here with me in the chat, and those who are watching this video, I see that you want things now, fast. I want to know when I'm going to move there. I want to know when it's time for me to go purchase that house and move away, because I feel it is the time now. And these people, many of you, and I would say not many, but more than half, like 55, 60%, are not used to planning those big steps. And that is the impediment. This is the difficulty for you here. Now, what's interesting also in this moment in time, in this equinox period, is well, here comes the coins. Here comes the earth signs. I'm seeing people after those fires. I'm just seeing coins, like money, 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 money. If I were a rich man. Look, you earth signs are definitely the planners of the universe. And what you're not planning, however, is the surprise. You're not planning for the surprise that is absolutely coming your way, because a surprise is coming your way, and it will be coming your way around your birth period. So for the Virgos, that will be the end of August and then September. For the Taurus, it will be the end of April, mid May, and for the Capricorn, it will be the end of November and mid-December. Around your birth dates, the end of this year, the second part of this year, is where you're going to get those much needed surprises. What will they be? You know, if I were a psychic worth my salt, I would be telling you, right? You're thinking, and I am. So this takes numerous different forms. One, the most important being money coming in, but it's coming in quicker than your birth period. And what comes in those birth periods are opportunities. And they're opportunities for you to either change your residence because where you are is too small, getting out of your house because you're leaving a relationship and you want to move out, moving in with another person because they invite you to and it was the best option. So you have a change in, it's literally moving. There are opportunities to move, but also opportunities to move linked to a money-making entity. What I mean by that, I mean jobs. The opportunities to move linked to jobs that will be offered in that birth period. Well, so we've run the gamut. What I'm seeing thoughts, and those are the air signs. And of course, the air signs here are not the last but not least. No, they are the ones who shout out the most. And so what do? I seem to block them because I have to get all of the other messages out fast, because otherwise I can't hear the rest. Now, the swords people, the air people are, we have Gemini, right? We've got Gemini, we've got Libra, help me out. And then we have Aquarius. Gla, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And I'm going to add a D, glad. You're going to be very glad because you have left behind in the past, I would say, 6 to 8 years. Let me say 5 to 8 years, 5 to 8 years. You have left a dream behind. A dream behind that involved a person of the heart. And this person was a dream for you, but they were unattainable. Okay? Many of them were unattainable. Why? Because they didn't live alone, because they were already involved, because even though there was love between you and you know that, the times were not ripe. And when I say times, I don't mean you, but the times. It wasn't the best timing for you to do that. Now you're going to be glad. Why? Because before the end of the year, before the end of this year, ladies and gentlemen, swords, air signs, this person is going to make a comeback. They are going to make a comeback. How? Now, the comeback has many different degrees. They may pick up the phone, all right? They're going to pick up the phone, it will ring, and it just, hi, I knew it was your birthday, and you hadn't heard from them in so many years, okay? And that is how some of it will happen, but then there is a plan. There are the planners from your past that are going to slowly but surely message you and want to chat because they want to plan to see you. And that is quite interesting, but is not by any stretch of the imagination the best way, because we have another way here where your paths simply cross, and it is the greatest of surprises, because when you are both caught off balance by surprise, there is no scheming, your ego will not get in the way, you are face to face, and that is when you give the best of you. Now, there are 2 other ways, and these I would like to leave them out, but I have to mention them. And these are the ways that you come across them. How? One is on social media, and you see that they're getting married. Okay, so they will cross your paths in that way, and you can say to yourself, that person in my life is dead. They're gone. All right, so that is one way of putting them behind you. And the other is when you do see them and you do come across them in the first 3 ways that I have described, air signs, But then you go through all of the motions, and then you come to the conclusion, both of you, that it's a dead end. You didn't see each other for a reason all those years because it was just not in the stars for you. Now, this is what I can tell you, but there's another message here. There's another message that needs to come out. Ritual, all right? They're talking about rituals here in this rite of passage, this equinox. And they're saying we need light. We need light. We need sound, which is silence, the sound of silence. And you need your mind clear to understand what you want. And now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, this is a message for all of you, for you to understand what you want to do from today onwards. I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I have given all of the messages to everyone. Thank you for the super chat. This is all of the messages. Whoa, I don't think I'm live yet. I've given you all of the super messages, super chats, super messages, but they are in the reading that I just did. So namaste, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, come to my, where is it? Here it is. Right, ClaudiaMonacelli.com, right at ClaudiaMonacelli.com, and come in for a free lesson in movement. By the way, it is the type of movement that my masters were talking about, this mind-body. You'll be very surprised. We have a few days this week, and then see how you like it. So write to me, right at ClaudiaMonacelli.com, and we'll set you up. Tell me where you're located. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get you back. No, I can't. It's not. It's not there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, and we'll see you again soon.